What does it mean to be awake? People are becoming more aware of what it means to be a part of the oblivious unconscious masses, governed by these all-pervading media enslaving distractions permeating the hearts and minds of the collective genetic factions, perpetuated by these cloak and dagger asses living in their ridiculously morally ambiguous mansions, eating up 99% of the world's resources with the gluttonous promise of perpetual 1% progress. Disregarding the environmental biospherical feedback raining down on us in the form of thunderclaps and earth cracks, hurricanes and tsunamis across the map, natural disasters stacking up and rushing towards us in a game of chicken, but we're tied to the tracks. 9-to-5ers with deadpan eyes staring at each other's backs for the millionth time, landlocked in traffic jams, jammed into straight-up mental straitjackets, desperate cries diagnosed and remedied with a daily dose of wine and dine, sex and crime, seeking the one perfect cellmate with which to serve a lifetime sentence of servitude. Because when you are enslaved but not alone, when you've got that safety of your cell phone, slavery is just fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just buy that shiny rock and slide it onto the second finger. Find a reason to deliver your daily bread into the hands of the oppressive other while the compromised dreams that from childhood have lingered wither and die. The ever-receptive universe denied the gift of being its receiver. But you can't deceive her. The Great Mother waits patiently for her children to see her, to feel her beneath their bare feet as they breathe deep. The clean air that is a gift beyond belief or compare, greater than we can ever clearly perceive. So what does it mean to be awake? We've all heard this sad story before, of this perennial, archetypal, eternal war of which we are just pawns on a checkered board, patiently waiting for our masters to move us just one space forward, only to be mercilessly destroyed, a means to an end of a new world order. We've all heard of the destruction that awaits if we fail to heed the wisdom of the ancients, if we refuse to reintroduce ourselves to the universal harmony embodied by the sages and saints who came here to impart and infuse us with a divine trust before they depart, dispensing teachings of transcending the self-inflicted constraints imposed upon us by our own closed-off hearts. None of this is new information. So how do we transition from intellectual stagnation into the wisdom of implementation? A friend of mine told me that discernment was the key to being free. He said that in order to truly be, we have to recognize that we have a choice, moment to moment, regarding what we see, and how that has the power to draw us forward into certainty. And I have to say, I agree. Put some attention into what you perceive. Get clear on what you stand for and stand behind what you believe, and become the creativity that flows from realms unseen into profound daily activity. The apparent distinction between spiritual and material isn't a philosophical mystery, it's the only form of blasphemy. What good are your endless theoretical thoughts if they don't weave an evolutionary transformative legacy into the fabric of history? It's our responsibility to achieve and share an elevated perspective in the face of clouded vision, especially when it's received with a lifeless stare that's used to perceiving division. Building belief takes small steps, great care, and patient permission. So rewrite your self-definition. Unbind the power of unwavering conviction and make a blatant distinction between the mysterious vibrations of your heart and the forces of persisting, inhibiting behavioral addictions of disempowered indecision. Become friends with the radical implications of practical applications like insisting on clean drinking water and purchasing products that you believe in. Find what inspires you, breaks down and rewires you, the purpose that desires you. and tend to the fire that it stirs in you. Insist on pulling through the difficulties that lead to a heroic reimagining of your current self-identification and bring the inharmonious discrepancies between your inner thoughts and your outer behavior into a unified, stable position. Recognize the magnitude of what's at stake. And let that be the motivation to shape the way in which you relate, inspiring you to create that in which you have devoted precious time and energy to integrate. Let those nourishing waters of integrity permeate the particles of your being, incinerating disbelief, giving life to your dreams. Waking up happens in various stages. So shake the very heavens with your empowered efforts, recognizing that you have gifts to dispense and that by offering them, you are serving so much more than just the next 7 generations. You are writing a lasting legacy onto the pages of time that ripples down through the ages, leaving a permanent mark on the hearts and minds of those who follow our footsteps behind. You can leave this world better than you found it. And when we do, we will find that we have finally become worthy of our name, humankind. That's what it means to be awake.